Sanders here. What's up? What's up? What's up? I want to talk to you about how marketing campaigns, how to turn automation into profit. Automation into profit. So, there are different programs that you use to manage your customers, customer relationship management, and so forth. Most of them now have some form of automation built in, whether it's System.io, ClickFunnels, Infusionsoft, ConvertKit, whatever. They have automations built in, and the automations are probably going to follow what I'm going to explain to you here. Now, they may use different terms, they may be set up a little different, but it really helps to understand this because I did not understand it. You've only got two things. It's really simple. You've only got basically goals and you have sequences. So when somebody abandons my cart without buying, the goal is for them to purchase a product. This is the sequence here. This is the sequence that makes that goal happen, right? And so you can actually look at your marketing as here's all the possible goals that you can have, right? But you can look at your marketing as a series of goals. For example, you say the first thing I want them to do is to opt in, using a web form. Then I want to send a sequence of emails that's going to get them to, could be register for a webinar, or it could be purchase a product. Let's see what I would use for register for a webinar. I believe that would be tag applied is what would let me know that they registered for a webinar. So they opt in to get a freebie. In the sequence here, I'm going to deliver the freebie with an email. So they're going to get an email right here. And then they're going to get, and that email is going to also ask them to register for a webinar. And then I probably have a couple other emails here that's going to ask them to register for the webinar, right? And then when they register for the webinar, a tag's going to be applied that says they registered for the webinar, which takes them out of this sequence. And then we move them into another sequence, which is going to, whoops, that's the wrong one. We move them into another sequence, which is going to get them to attend the webinar, right? And so it's really interesting because if I take out the sequences here to simplify it, so I'll just delete this. You can look at it as your goals. So the goal is a web form submitted. They register for a webinar. The next one would probably be they actually attend the webinar. And then the next one is product purchased, right? And then after product purchased, we might have another sequence for an upgrade, right? So then they would upgrade. Got to keep using the wrong one. So we would have another sequence there to try to get them to upgrade, and then the next goal would be another product purchased, right? Now, what's interesting is the sequences are what goes in between in order to make it happen, right? And this is so important because I never really saw this. I didn't understand how this deal worked. This is so important because this is the connective. Let's see here. This is the connective tissue that makes it happen. Because without these sequences, they don't move from goal to goal, right? Without the sequences, they don't move from goal to goal. So your sequences are so freaking critical. And now, in the sequence, you can have email, you could have fax. I don't think anybody uses fax anymore. You could mail them a letter in the mail, and you can send a text message. Then you also have processes. Which, as far as the marketing, what really matters here is your communication. So basically, your choices are email, text, or a physical letter. And interestingly enough, I don't see a phone call there. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Huh. I actually wonder how you do that, because part of this sequence could very well be a phone call. I guess the way that you would do it is I think they would have to be create a task, right? That's the only thing I can think of. And I'm not an I'm just figuring this out, right? I think if you had a phone call, I'm guessing that it has to be a task because somebody actually has to make that call. This is what I'm guessing. Let me see what the options are here for the task. You can sign it to a person, select who to notify. Yeah, a call, right? So you would trigger a call. So you have now you could also send, and they don't have it in here, a voice broadcast. So these are some things I guess I need to research. How do you do a voice broadcast? How do you actually schedule a call? But the point is, the thing that moves the customer from goal to goal to goal to goal is these sequences. And that's really profound. That's what the campaign consists of, is goals that you want to accomplish and the sequences that are going to accomplish that goal. To me, this is a really, really powerful concept to understand. And frankly, it's one I didn't understand that much. So it's a great way to take your marketing to another level, because you have a way to ascend customers. You have a way to move customers systematically along a path. That to me is really a breakthrough. That's really, I really didn't understand the campaign builder. And like I say, Active Campaign, ClickFunnels, ConvertKit, most all of these systems today have this kind of a setup. And it may be, the terms may be a little different, it may be organized a little different, but in essence, that's how it's going to operate. I hope this is useful to you. If you're not on my list, you can go to marlonsanders.com and get my free seed marketing report. And if you go to resellertoolkit.com/70K, you can get my product and how I sold 70,000 products. Appreciate you watching, Dave. If you're watching live, type live. If you watch a replay, type replay. If you watch at the bitter end, type bitter end. Let me know, guys. All right, listen, you all have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.